Hello everyone, we've got this GCSE Mathematics higher tier paper, and it's calculator 1, and it's from June 2023, and we've got 1.5 hours to do it. So let's get started. Question 1, write 30 to 12 in the form n to 1. Well, what we're going to do is just divide them both by 12. So that equals, and we can use this calculator. That's 2.5. There we go. 4 consecutive triangular numbers, 6, 10, 15, 21. Write down the next triangular number. What triangular numbers are these? That's 6. If we look at the next one, which would be 10, we add another 4 to the 6. They're increasing by 1 each time. So that 15 to 21 was a difference of 6. So we add a 7 on, we're going to get to 28. Write down the reciprocal of 4 over 7. Well, it's just 7 over 4. Spin it upside down. The price of a toy increases by 12.5% to 19.53. Work out the original price of the toy. We have to recognize that 19.53 is 112.5%. So we go 19.53 divided by 112.5, and then bring it back. That gets us to 1%, and then times it by 100 to find the original price. I'll answer down here. £17.36. Just saves 2p, 5p, and 10p coins. She has 45 10p coins. 8 times as many 2p coins as 10p coins. £17.70 in total. Work out total value of 2p coins to the total value of 5p coins. So we've got to find out how many we got of each. So let's work out this first. 45 times 10. I'm going to keep it all as pence, I think. That's 450. Okay. 8 times as many 2p coins as 10p coins. So she has, so we've got 8 times 45 times 2 for the 2p equals, what's 2 45s are 90. 9 8s are 72, so it's going to be 720. We'll add them together. 7. That's £11.70. £6 for the, because that's 1170 off of 1770. And so that's going to be total value of 2p coins. So the total value of 5p coins, it's 720. 720 to £7.20 to £6. All right, and I can do this as a, if I put it in as like a fraction like this, it gets our smallest ratio. So we go 7.2 over 6. 6 over 5. Okay, so it's 6 to 5. Better put it there. 6 to 5. Part of a regular polygon is shown. Assume that the polygon is an octagon. Work at the size of the exterior angle. Well, it's just going to be, this is going to be 360 divided by 8, because we've got 8 sides. So I'm just going to go like that, and I'm going to put our answer straight in here. And if you weren't sure of that, I'll just show you. If you draw an octagon like this, and put the center point in here, that clearly is 360 divided by 8, so that's 45 there. And then over here, this one must be 45 as well. And all these angles here are the same. X, 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 there. So we've got two X's in this triangle and a 45. 180 minus 2x will equal 45. And the same here. 180 on a straight line minus 2x's will equal 45. So that's a useful way of working it out. But it's always 360 divided by the number of sides, as long as it's a regular polygon. In fact, the polygon has more sides than an octagon. What does this mean about the size of an exterior angle? It is more than the answer. It is the same as the answer. It is less. Well, it's going to be less than the answer, because the more sides you have, the smaller the angle is going to be. Question 7. In a game, an ordinary fair six-sided dice is rolled. Also, the fair spinner shown is spun. The score is the dice number substituted into the spinner expression. Okay. Complete the table to show all of the possible scores. So what they mean is, say there was this is the dice here, 6 sides. So say we threw a 2, you put the 2 in to the expression where it says 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. The same here. 4 times 2 would be 8. So that's how that works. So we just do this. So when x is 1, we're going to have 2 there. And it's always doubling it, 2, 4. Here we've got 3 times. So it's 3 ones are 3, 6. This could be 9, 12, 15, 18. This is squaring the number. 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36. Right, okay, we've done that. A player wins the game if their score is 10 or more. Work out the probability that they win the game. Okay, so we need everything that's 10 or more. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 out of how many? Well, this is 6 by 3. 8 out of 18 equals 4 out of 9, isn't it? 4 out of 9. The game is played 711 times. Estimate the number of games that are won. Well, it's going to be 4/9 times 711. $316. Question 8. A minus 3x squared plus 2b is identical to 5x squared plus 12. So because it's identical, the 5 must be the same as a minus 3. That's 3, that's 5. So a is, well, a must be 8, because 8 minus 3 is 5. And this one here, 2b equals 12. So b must be 6. Question 9. A, 1, 3, and B, 2, 9 are points on a centimetre grid. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. AD and BC are horizontal and each has a length 5. The diagonals of A, B, C, D cross at E. Work out the 2 possible pairs of coordinates of E. So let's do this one here. How is this diagonal working then? We've got to come up through. That one's 4, 6. I'm not meant to write in here, so we all don't do what I'm doing. So first one's 4, 6. Two possible pairs. Well, we could go this way as well. Again, the halfway point is here. Between there is going to be here. Yes, that's right. And that point is -1, 6. Write down the translation vector that maps shape A onto shape B. It's going along 4. And it's going down -3. So our translation vector is 4 for the X, -3 for the Y. We do it vertical because it's a vector rather than a point. Question 11. A bowl is a hemisphere with radius 12 centimeters. Volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Water is poured into the bowl at a rate of 325 centimeters per second for 8 seconds. Does the water fill more than 70% of the bowl? You must show your working. Let's do this bit first. So we're going to say, because it's half of a hemisphere, it's going to be 2/3 pi 12 cubed, which equals and this, the amount of water that goes in is just simply 325 times 8. $2,600. Does the water fill more than 70%? Well, we have to go 2,600 divided by 3,619. I'll put the 0.115 in for now, and then times that by 100. Yeah, that should do it. Only 1.8%. And the answer is yes. Does it fill? Does it fill it more than 70%? Show that these two rectangles are similar. Right, we just got to show the ratios are the same. 5/12, 8/19.2. Let's times this one by 5. It's gonna, and we times this one by 5 equals 8 5s are 40. If we divide this 2, it's going to be 96. 5 19.2s. Yeah. And this one would times by times 8. Times 8 equals 40/96. They're similar. Yeah. A factory packs X boxes of tea bags per hour. Each box contains 80 tea bags. Show that the factory packs 4x/3 tea bags per minute. Okay, well, the per hour, it's going to be 80x per hour. So we can say 80x divided by 60. There you go. 4/3. Yeah, 4/3 x. Yeah. Question 14, a company has 123 employees. Information about their hourly rates of pay is shown in the table. Here we go. Okay, £10 to £14, or it can equal £10, but it can't quite equal 14. 66 of those, 14 to 20, 32, 20 to 40, 15. Right, okay, total. The owner of the company uses the data to make two statements. Statement A, over 30% of employees have an hourly rate that is more than £17. Okay, well, £17 is the midpoint of this one. 14 to 20 is a difference of 6. So halfway is 3 added onto the 14, 17. So mid 14 to 20. Equals 17. Right, so we say, so that's going to be 16 there. So we go 66 plus 16 equals our midpoint. So we've got 82. But it's a total of 123. We've got to say more than 30%. So that's going to be the 123 minus the 82, because it's the ones that are more than, divided by 123, times by 100. And that's our answer that for this one here. (33.3%). So that's good. Why might statement A not be true? Okay, you can just say work out an estimate of the mean to support statement B. The average hourly rate of pay is more than 20. Okay, the way you do these is we have to take the average of each. We take the mid value of each one. So we say the mid values are, this one's going to be, the mid value is going to be 12, 17, 30. Okay, and then you multiply each of these by the number of employees, and then we divide by 1, 2, 3, and see that should come to more than £20. So we're going to take all those values, and I'm going to and that should give us the average. Let's see it. £20.21. I'll stick it over here. 20.21. 20.21. Why is the mean not the best average to represent the data? Most people pay less than that. Question 15, expand x squared minus 9xy times 2x plus 5y. So we're going to go this way. X squared times 2x is going to be 2x cubed. And then we do this next one under there. And we're going to go x squared times 5y is going to be 5x squared y. And now I look at the whether it's positive or negative. So positive times a positive, so it's positive. Then we go over the top. 9xy times 2x. So that is going to be 9 2s are 18. We've got x times x is x squared. And we've just got the y in it. Now I look at the sign. It's a positive times a negative. Positive times a negative is going to be a negative. And then the final one is 9xy times 5y. 9 5s, 45. xy squared. Because it's y times y. And it's positive times a negative, negative. We collect like terms. We've got we've only got one term in x cubed, so we put down 2x cubed. We've got 5x squared y minus 18x squared y. So think of that as the thing. The thing is x squared y. 5 minus 18, well, I can go the other way round. 18 minus 5 is 13, but it's going to be negative. Minus 13 x squared y, and that is the only term in xy squared, so minus 45 xy squared. Okay, 2 marks for that. Question 16, line A has equation y equals ax minus 1, passes through the point 7, 13. Line B has equation 5y minus 3x equals 4. Show that line A has a greater gradient than line B. That's our gradient, the A. Right, so let's find out what this one is first. If we put the y value in there and the x value there, we should be able to get some luck. 13 equals 7a minus 1. Bring the 1 over. 14, 7a, 14 over 7 equals 2. So that one is y equals 2x minus 1. And that's line, that's our gradient there. Line B, 5y minus 3x, 4. I'm going to get it in the same format as this. So I'm going to move the 3x over. 5y equals 3x plus 4. Y equals 3x over 5 plus 4 over 5. That's our gradient. 2 is greater than 3/5. We've done it. Question 17. Work out the size of angle X. Okay, this is a SOHCAHTOA problem. So I'm going to write that down first. SOH. And we need to find, because we've got to find X, we need to find either that length there or this length here. This is going to be the one we're going to find here. We've got this. So we can say this is the adjacent to this one, to this angle here. And we know the hypotenuse, so we have to use this one here. Cosine of 37 degrees equals adjacent over hypotenuse, which equals, I'll go small a, I think better, over 4. So 4 cos 37 is going to give us A. Let's try to draw a line down there. A equals 4 cos 37. We don't need to close the bracket, but I will. So 3.194, I'll say. 3.194. There, 3.4. Now we can solve this one. And for this one, we're going to need sine. The reason because we've got this now becomes the opposite of this angle. So we go sine x degrees equals 3.194. So all I'm going to do is go divide by 9.3, which gives us this. So it equals, and then so sine to the -1 will give us our angle. So the way we do it is we go shift sine to the -1, press the answer key, which puts the value in. That should give us our angle. 20.09 degrees. It's going to be 20 degrees. I'm going to put 20.1 degrees. Okay. So value for x. Put it in there. Question 18. Rearrange y equals x plus 8 over x to make x the subject. Well, let's multiply both sides by x. So y x equals x plus 8. I'm going to bring all the x's one side. I'm going to bring this x over. Yx minus x equals 8. Now I'm going to take the x's out as a common factor. X, y minus 1 equals 8. Now divide both sides by y minus 1. X equals 8 over y minus 1. Okay, that's it. Better put it in there. Question 19. Here are the first 4 terms of a quadratic sequence: 3, 20, 47, and 84. Work out an expression for the nth term of the sequence. Well, I'm going to write them all down again. 3, 20, 47, and 84. We'll find the first difference. So that's 17 there. This one is 20 from 47, which is 27. And 47, 7 from 14, that's 37. It's our first difference. And we find a second difference, and we can see the difference now is 10 between each. 27 to 37, 10, 17 to 27, 10. That's the second difference. Now we take 10 and divide it by 2 equals 5. So we know our quadratic part is 5n squared. Okay. Put 5n squared over here and put our values in. That's the first term. So we go 1n squared is 1 times 5 is 5. 5 goes there. And then we go 2 2s are 4 times 5 is 20. 3 now. 3 3s are 9. 9 5s 45. And the final one, 4 4s. 4 4s are 16. 16 times 5, what's that? That's 80. Now we take those away. 80 from 84 is 4. 45 from 47 is 2. 20 from 20 is 0. 5 from 3 is -2. It's going up in 2s. So we know the second part is 2n. From -2, I take 2 off. Go back, I'll be at -4. So I put -4 there. So that gives us all of it. We've got 5n squared plus 2n minus 4. The 2 came from this difference here. I got the -4 by going back another 2. Let's check. -4, 20. Yes, it works. Okay, so that is our answer. Better put it in the right place. Okay. Question 20. A, P, Q, and R are points on a circle. P, Q, and R. S is a point inside triangle PQR. Work out the size of angle X. Well, angle X is going to be half of it. So it's 130 over 2, which is 65, isn't it? In fact, the center of the circle is on PS, not at S. Is on PS. That would make this angle bigger. What does this mean about the size of angle X? Well, it's going to be bigger. It is greater than, yes, I think that's right. For a different circle, AB is a tangent at A. C and D are on the circumference of the circle. C and D. Okay. AC equals CD. Okay. Here is Simon's method to work out the size of angle Y. Angle Y here. Angle ADC equals 70 degrees, alternate segment theorem. Therefore, Y equals 70-degree angle in an isosceles triangle. Is he correct? No. 70 degrees is ACD in the alternate segment theorem. Morgana decides to put £500 into an account that pays compound interest. She wants to have at least £560 in the account after 3 years. Work out to one decimal place the minimum annual interest rate she needs. Okay, after 3 years. Well, the formula for the compound interest is the amount of money she puts in, 1 plus the interest rate. I'm just going to put X in for now. X over 100 up to 3 years. Okay, and what we would do, because it says to one decimal place, we could use trial and improvement to see if we can get to 560. Or we might be able to move it around. I'm just thinking will equal 560. I can actually move it around. So what I can do is I can say 560 divided by the 500, cube root it, because of the cube there, will equal 1 plus X over 100. Okay, so now if I go cube root 560 over 500 minus the 1, because of that 1 there, that will equal X over 100. We'll see what we get. Cube root is there, so we go shift, cube root, use this, 560 over the 500. I think I've got to go one more, like this, minus 1 is over 100, 9. So if I times it by 100, we've got our percentage rate. This could also have been done by trial and improvement. An approximate value of a root of an equation x can be found using the iterative formula. Xn plus 1 equals cube root of this lot. And basically you put a value in, find out what the result is, stick it back into the next equation. You iterate effectively. The starting value, x1, is 4. So we put 4 into this. So all we're going to do is we're going to use our calculator. And the first one I'm going to write out. So we're going to say x1 equals 4. So that's the value we put in here. Yeah. So for this next one. So x2 is going to equal the cube root of 5, 4 squared, minus 2 times 4, minus 3. Let's put that in. Cube root is here. 5 times 4 squared minus 2 4s are 8 minus 3, 4.1, 4.101. That's our first answer, x2. To get to x3, we just leave that there and we put in exactly the same formula. We should be able to go back through this like this. And where I see that 4, I take that out like that and put the answer in. Now over here, of course, I've got to delete that one. I should have gone 2 times the answer, 4.17. And we carry on. By continuing the iteration, show that the value of x is more than 4.25. So I'll keep going, go back again. Wherever I see answer, I'll put in my answer again. New answer, I mean. So now I go like this. Delete that, put the answer in. The answer in. 4.23. Okay, that's good enough. There are 3 sets of cards. Set A, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5, 5, 5, 6, 8. And set B, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 9. Set C, 3, 4, 5, 6. In a game, a player has 2 options. Pick 2 cards from set A, pick 1 card from set B, and pick 1 card from set C. The cards are picked at random. Player wins if the total of their 2 cards is exactly 10. Which option gives a better chance of winning, 1 or 2? Let's do our working up here. Option 1, pick 2 cards from set A. Well, that's going to be, this one will be, they have to pick a 5. So there's 3 chances in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they pick a 5 out. You've got 3 chances out of 8. Times by, once that 5's gone, you've got 7 cards left and only 2 5s left. You've got to pick one of those. Okay, that's 3 2s are 6. 7 8's 56. That's going to be 3s into half of 56 is 25, 26, 27. 328, I think. Yes, that's right. And then this one, option 2, pick 1 card from set B and pick 1 card from set C. There's no 5 in this one, so we can't have 5 and 5. We can have a 2. No. The only thing that's going to work is a 6 and a 4. or the 4 and the 6? Yes. So in this one, you've got, basically, I think it's, you've got to pick, you've got two chances of 4 or 6. So you can get a 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 out of 7, times by, and then because if you pick the 4, you must then pick the 6. If you pick the 6, you must pick the 4. So then it's going to be 1 chance out of 4. I think that's right. 2 1s are 2, 7 4s are 28. So 3 out of 28, 2 chances out of 28 on that one. Option 1 is your best choice. Okay. 24. A equals 65 to the nearest integer. B equals 30 to one significant figure. Work out the upper bound for 2a squared minus b squared. You must show your working. So the upper bound, we want the biggest number this could possibly be. So we want to take the smallest bit away, and we want the biggest bit there. So that's going to be 2. And the biggest this can be, to the nearest integer, it's going to be 65.5 squared. And then this one, the 3 is the significant figure. So the smallest it could be is 25. Show that x minus 5 over x minus 2 plus x plus 5 over x plus 2 simplifies to ax squared minus b over x squared minus 4. So that means we're going to multiply these together. I can see that this denominator is the difference of 2 squares when we multiply these two together. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go x minus 5 times by x plus 2 plus x plus 5 times the x minus 2 all over x minus 2 x plus 2. Because we've multiplied, we found a common denominator, x minus 2 times x plus 2. And to do that, we had to multiply this side by the x plus 2 and this side by the x minus 2. Let's expand them. X squared plus 2x minus 5x, 5 times 2, this could be minus 10, because we have that. And then this one's going to be x times x plus x squared. X times the minus 2 is minus 2x. 5x plus 5x. 5 times 2 is minus 10 again. Yes, that's right. It's 10. Let's see what disappears. We've got a minus 5x and a plus 5x. So that disappears with that one. We've got a minus 2x and that plus 2x disappears. We've got an x squared there, an x squared there, which gives us 2x squared minus 20. Okay, and that's over, I'm going to do it like this, x times x, x squared, x times plus 2 is plus 2x, minus 2 times x, minus 2x, minus 2 times plus 2, minus 4. They disappear. So that simplifies to 2x squared minus 20 over x squared minus 4. They just wanted us to show it, so that's what we've done. Here is a sketch of y equals x squared, like that. The minimum point of y equals x squared is here. Write down the coordinates of the minimum point of y equals x squared plus 2. Well, when x equals 0, y is going to be like this. There. That is 2. So it's going to be the x stays where it is, 0, and the y becomes 2. Yeah. The graph y equals x squared is reflected in the x-axis. Write down the equation of the graph after this transformation. I think that's going to be y equals minus x squared. Because if we do minus x and then square it, we're going to have a problem. Y equals x squared is now transformed to give y equals x plus 3 squared. Okay. Describe fully this single transformation. Y equals x squared is now transformed to give y equals x plus 3. Well, this becomes 0 at x equals minus 3. So when x is minus 3, that's when y is 0. That's when this is 0. And it's also when y is 0. So we basically end up with our thing is going to be like this. It 0 minus 3. So I'm going to say translation. The x moves minus 3. The y doesn't move. Yes, it just shifts it this way. That's all it does. It just shifts it toward the left. End of questions. Okay. Well, I hope you found that interesting, and thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.